Strength training is important, but not all of us incorporate it into our workout routines. Should we? Brent Bishop says yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
He's here with why you should be lifting those weights and how to level up your lift. So, B, I'm so happy you're here to talk about this. You and I are both lovers of lifting heavy weights. It's a lot of fun, but there are a lot of women, people that don't want to lift, particularly women, avoiding weights. Why do you think that is?
Well, there is this stigma. I mean, I as you know, I deal with a lot of women, and more than not,
Yes.
I find they're saying, I don't want to bulk up, I don't want to lift weights, or I want to lift really light weights because I don't want to bulk up. So there's this stigma, you know, societal. You know, a lot of people think this.
100%.
It's not true. I mean, we're perceived as, you know, weightlifting equals muscularity, or like muscularity from a male perspective, or bodybuilding, that type of thing. But weightlifting is much more than that. It's about strength, and we'll talk about that more. So, and I will say this is a fact that women don't have the hormonal makeup to put on or grow excessive muscle.
You're not going to be the Hulk.
You're not going. It's not.
You're not going to be He-Man. Like, no matter how hard you try, like, our hormonal makeup won't let us go there.
No,
you can get definition, though.
Yeah, you can get definition, but I want women to change that concept, because there's so much importance in strength training, and every person, but every woman should be doing some strength training.
So let's talk about the importance. Really, really crucial. What are some of the benefits? We know what makes you strong. What else does it do?
Well, I'll say one thing, sarcopenia, which is the age-related muscle loss. Really important to make sure we're preserving muscle. I mean, we lose about 8% every decade after about the age of 40. So you can lose about 40% of your muscle when you're 80 years old.
That's scary.
That equates to frailty, risk of falls, so many things. And so it's really important to preserve muscle. The more muscle you can preserve, it's going to increase your bone density. It's going to reduce that risk of falling, you know, reduce the risk of cognitive decline, even things like cancer, diabetes. Really important. So there's so many benefits from a longevity standpoint that people a lot of times look over.
My favorite people at the gym are the people that are like 60, 70 plus. And I'm like, that's what I want to be. Like, I've already moved into the category of, it's not about the skinny jean. It's like, I would like to still be working out in my 90s. So let's talk about the things you need to be doing in order to have that done. We're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of lifting. Yeah,
so we're all born with 7 primal movements. Okay, those are squat, lunge,
nap,
push.
Sleep. No.
Those are primal but not movements. But, you know, essentially squat, push, squat, pull, bend. Sorry, squat. You screwed me up there.
I threw you off.
Squat, lunge, push, pull, bend, twist, and gait. Now, these are things that we're born with. We're able to do. You know, as you're a kid, you can move, your mobility's great, but as we start to get into the work world, we're sitting more, moving less, and our mobility goes and our strength goes. So we want to make sure that we have that and we're building that throughout our life.
Beautiful. Okay, let's do some of these movements that our body wants to do. What's our first
I brought
movement?
you a super heavy bar here to use.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Actually, this is he's doing it with one. He's doing it with one arm, so I know it's not too bad.
We're going to go into a very simple movement of squat. Okay. But it's important to do this right for safety purposes,
my
and also to
IFB
build.
is right up here, so I'm going to try and not. Okay.
So relax the traps. So the important thing, what we don't want to do, I'll say first, is we don't want to initiate a squat by pushing the knees forward. Okay. So it's about sinking the hips backwards. Getting the weight into the heels to take that stress off your knee joints. You want to and able to use the posterior chain, so your hamstrings and glutes. You got really good form there.
Oh, that feels good.
By the way, you can toe out on your squat. If you have tight hips, you might need to toe out a little bit to increase that mobility and to allow you to keep that form. So shoulders are back, core is tight, low back's engaged. That is perfect.
Lovely. Okay, feels really good once you get into it. What's our next move?
So next move, you can keep that on your back.
Okay.
We're going to go into a lunge position. Now, I like to start people on a lunge with one knee down. As long as you don't have any knee issues, you can get right down onto the knee. That way your hip is directly above that knee. And that's what you want to maintain. Same principle as the squat. You want the weight through the heel, not the toe. Otherwise, you're putting all that undue stress to the knee joint, right? So from that position, same thing, nice tall posture. We're going to push off that heel and then come right back down. You don't need to touch ground necessarily, but you want to get that nice full range of motion. The deeper you go, the more you get the glutes and the hamstrings, okay?
It's a booty blaster.
It's a booty blaster.
Does that help people want to do it?
One of the best exercises is a lunge.
Absolutely. Your booty loves it. Okay, so we've gone from squat. We've done lunges. What's our third one?
Yes, so we'll take this off the back. Now, this is one of the exercises that is done most incorrectly from my experience. We're going to go into a bent over row. So you want to hinge from the hips. What we don't want to do, again, we don't want to do this and fold over. So this would be incorrect with a rounded back. You want to engage that low back, get the shoulders back, and now I'm hinged back like I was with the squat. Then from there, you're going to squeeze the mid blades together without elevating your shoulders. Yeah, that's great. So you should feel your low back being engaged the whole time.
Yeah.
And feel in between those shoulder blades.
So I'm a bit of an overarcher, B. So if there are people out there that are overarching like me, what do you suggest?
A little bit of a posterior tilt with your, except again, everybody has different mobility through their low back.
Right.
The important thing is, you know, once you start loading, the tendency to round forward and to lose that posture is higher. So something called muscle-mind connection. You want to focus on squeezing and feeling what you're working, right? You have that contraction.
Really good. Okay, we talked a little bit about muscle mind. It's good to keep in mind. I find at the gym, the more complex the movements are, the more I sweat. So you are getting a workout when you get your brain involved,
Absolutely.
right?
Avoid distractions. Don't look at your phone or watch TV when you're doing a complex movement.
Right.
You want to focus on what you're doing. And another thing to do is look for visual cues. Mirrors are great, not just to admire yourself, but also
they're not like just
to focus on.
I look good. They're about form.
It's about form, or have a workout buddy that can hold each other accountable to good form.
Very good. So you heard it from him. Everyone out there, get out there and try to lift some weights. You can start small and build your way up, but it's super important.
That is key. And you know, even I would say if somebody's just starting out, time under tension is a good concept. So go slower with the movement. Feel that muscle that you're working. Get that mind connection with your muscles.
Yeah.
And that way you're going to build a good, strong foundation, and you're going to get that brain, nervous system, and muscular system working together.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Brent.